I have a bag of salt. A, bag of salt. B, what is the ultimate reason why a client chooses salt bag A or salt bag B? It comes down to price. So when something has no differentiation and the decision is made based on price, that's a commodity. So we have to, as best we can, get out of the commodity business. Our competition is in the commodity business. They think the only way they can sell a product is by having the lowest price. They're talking about three things: price, brand, and they're talking about efficiency. What do we need to stay away from? Price, brand, and efficiency. I'd like to welcome you all to the Wisdom of Wrench podcast. My name is Kevin Comerford, and I am your co-host. Joining me in studio is our other co-host, Amanda Meyer. Hello, Amanda.
Hello, everybody.
And we've got a great show today.
I'm pumped up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about the English language. This is totally my jam.
Your jam, totally. Yes. It is about a concept that is near and dear to my heart as well, which is around words.
Yes.
And specifically, words matter. The words that we choose to use create so much of our emotions and our feelings and how we make our way through life.
Yeah. The phrase we use on the podcast a lot for you longtime listeners is the story that you tell yourself, the words that create your world.
Yes.
Yeah. And this really sums up that. Words matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the importance of being impeccable with your words.
Mm-hmm. Really committing to it, committing to a language that you use.
And today we're going to be talking about a wrench language.
Yes.
That we have named luxury language.
Yes.
This is going to be part one of a two-part series. We're going to dig into words matter on the personal side and how powerful words are with our personal relationships outside of work, even inside work, yet just personally. Today we're going to dig in on this concept of luxury language and how words apply to our business specifically.
Yeah. And this is a real tasty topic, if I may, because we cover a lot of different avenues when we talk about luxury language, because it's how we talk to our team members, it's how we talk to our clients, and it's how we talk about our products.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. And as you know, Amanda, words can cause you to lose a sale. Words can destroy a relationship with a loved one. Words can set kids back, your children, and they can also lift up your kids. They can lift up a relationship. Words can absolutely bring sunshine and light to a situation versus bringing darkness. And you gave a great example of that before we even started this podcast that I'd love for you to share about your dance lessons.
Oh, yes.
With Wayne.
So I always joke that I have forced my husband to take dance lessons with me. I forced him to take dance lessons with me. The reality is that he loves them. He's an excellent dancer. But the thing is that if I keep telling myself the story that I forced him to take lessons, that can eventually create a guilt in me. You know, maybe he's not super into going one day. But that can create a guilt in me that I'm forcing him to do something he doesn't want to do, when the reality is that he enjoys it a lot. And so if I continue to tell myself that story and tell other people that story, if I speak it into reality and it's now a real thing that I'm perpetuating, I'm creating a negative emotion in myself and possibly in him by saying it.
And that negative emotion, that negative feeling that you create inside of you can cause you to create a negative action.
Exactly.
Which is stopping the dance lessons, which you absolutely have found that you guys love.
Love them.
And he's a great dancer, you said.
He's a great dancer.
Right?
That's what makes it so. I mean, that's why I love it so much. He's an excellent dancer.
You brought up another example of when if you're talking to somebody.
Yes.
And you change the words slightly. And I want our listeners to hear that.
Yes. As I said earlier, I love that we're talking about the English language. This is totally right up my alley. So a great example, too, is if you're talking to a team member or, a mentor, anybody, right? And you say, you're a real stickler for process. I'm creating a negative emotion in you about how you handle a situation. Or I could say, you know what, Kevin, you're very meticulous at what you do. Now I'm creating a positive emotion. What I've said, I'm communicating the same information. I'm telling him that he is dedicated to or committed to a process, right? Or that he is, very detail oriented. I'm communicating the same information with both phrases, but I've created a different emotion using the two different phrases.
Yes.
And so it's really important that we choose our words correctly, because while I've communicated the same information, you feel differently about how you've received it.
And today we're all about us looking to create that positive emotion inside of our clients.
Yes.
When we're talking to them about something very basic or something even more complex.
Yeah.
So they can have a good feeling, so that they can feel comfortable if it's the right thing for them to move forward with our products and services.
Right. And as you guys know, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, very sexy topic. So it's not like it needs a lot of help. But if you're interested, keep listening. We have some great luxury language that we're happy to share with you guys.
Yes. Yeah. And there's going to be something that we're going to be working off of all day today. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to be able to see that Andrew, our producer, is going to be putting up this luxury language document here in a minute. And we're going to go through and talk about each one of these luxury language items. There are 24 of them.
Yes.
We're going to see about how we can get through these, really to educate you on why they're important, how to use them. So let's get started.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Now, I think there's two pieces that we're going to cover.
Yes.
So there's two pieces we'll cover. So there's the power of using just different language to communicate an idea. So if we jump right into the first one, we've got financing. Financing can be something that's kind of scary. People feel like, oh, well, it means that I don't have a lot of money, or it means that I'm going to have to, I'm going to be in debt for a long time. It can be a very scary word, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and so much so that I like to call it the F word. And I even have it put next to the word financing on the left-hand column, which you'll see that is what contractors use.
Yes, but we don't use the F word here.
Contractors use the F word. They use financing.
Yes.
Okay? In wrench, we use
easy payment plans.
Easy payment plans.
Oh, what a nice, friendly feeling that has.
What a difference you're going to leave with a client when you say easy payment plans versus financing.
Yes.
And I want to touch on something real quick before we go to number 2.
Yes.
We expect. I have heard for years, gosh, you've got to price your jobs correctly. There's no way you can keep these businesses open if you sell them for what the marketplace is looking to sell them for cheap. You've got to be the premier provider offering a premium price. You got to sell your product as if it's a luxury product. Okay. Then Amanda, we damn well better have luxury language that goes along with a luxury product. Otherwise, we're fooling ourselves. We're fooling the marketplace. We're telling the marketplace we offer a luxury product, yet we talk like a contractor.
Yeah. And this is a little bit of a branding move that we're making, right? Which is that we are calling, again, very ordinary contractor type things, but we make them extraordinary by including our premier service with it, and then branding it as a premier product. We're jumping down to number 3. I just
Spot
realized.
on. And we've learned that we have to be great at value selling. So to be great at value selling, you have to take something that is very simple, like a word that's very simple, and a word or a statement that's very simple, and tweak it a little bit so it creates more value in the mind and the eyes of the client. And you're going to see those throughout this list as well.
Should we just jump? Let's jump
Yeah.
to 3 and 4 really quickly.
Yeah, let's do that.
So an example of this, we've got number 3 is ductwork and number 4 is insulation. Again, very sexy. They don't need a lot of help. But when we brand it, as a premier product, you've got PureFlow, which comes with a 13-step
PureFlow process.
Which is included with working with a premier provider, right? And so when we call it PureFlow, you're now getting a next level product than what the contractor is offering you, which is ductwork.
Correct. Everybody in the marketplace is talking about ductwork.
Yes.
And you're calling it, branding it. I like that. I was taught a different word to call it is when you name something,
Yes.
you have just differentiated it from the marketplace. So that is why instead of ductwork, contractors say ductwork, we say PureFlow.
Yeah.
And then, but you've got to have something in addition just to naming it. And that's why you have to have a process.
Yes.
Like, what is it that you do with your PureFlow process? And what we branded it as is a 13-step PureFlow process. So not only did we name it, we also created a process now in the eyes and the mind of the client and of our fellow teammates. We're doing something different. So therefore, we ought to be able to charge a premium. It can be looked at as a luxury item.
Yeah. It becomes less of a commodity.
Bingo. And what's a commodity? Amanda?
Go ahead.
So a commodity, because I think just to define a commodity
Yes.
is if you have salt. I have a bag of salt, A, bag of salt, B. Okay, salt bag A, salt bag B. There is no clear distinction between these two bags of salt. Okay, what is the ultimate reason why a client chooses salt bag A or salt bag B? It comes down to price. So when something has no differentiation and the decision is made based on price, that's a commodity. So we have to, as best we can, get out of the commodity business. Our competition is in the commodity business. They think the only way they can sell a product is by having the lowest price in many cases. And by the way, I'm just going to go into something. They're talking about 3 things, our competition. They're talking about price. They're talking about the brand. And I'm talking about HVAC, electrical,
Lennox,
whatever.
Goodman.
They want to talk about the brand, if it's a Carrier, a Train, whatever. And they're talking about efficiency. It's an 80% 20-SEER system.
I almost fell asleep in my chair listening to you say that. Oh my gosh, so
Yes.
boring.
So if those are the 3 things our competitors are talking about,
Yeah.
what do we need to stay away from? Price, brand, and efficiency.
Yeah.
And truly move over to other things that we can talk about. Our guarantees, our priority service package that you get from our call center, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. We have to talk about other things other than price, brand, and efficiency. All right, let's get to item number 2.
Yes. The reason I like number 2 is it's less about how we talk to our clients and more how we talk to each other about how we operate. So it can be very easy to use the word, I made a sale, I was selling this client. But the reality is that what we believe, right, as a culture is that we want to get the client happily involved.
Love that.
Again, we're communicating the same information, but we're changing the way that we think about it by using the right language.
And selling has a negative connotation to it.
Yes. I love that you just said
Selling has a negative connotation. You get a client happily involved in a product and service, it just feels better.
Yes.
All right, let's move on to number 3. We talked about it already,
Yes.
ductwork, naming it PureFlow. And for those of you that are interested, we've got a video around a 13-step PureFlow process. Just
You can Teams me, everybody.
yeah, Teams Amanda Meyer. If you want to, thank you, Amanda.
Just
Save
Teams
me.
me.
If you want a copy of the video
Yeah.
for the 13-step PureFlow process, I already know there are many wrench companies that are already using that.
Yes.
Insulation. Okay, insulation, contractor term. And boy, oh boy, if you've ever done any market research, which I did when we got into the insulation business, cheap. They are giving this away in the marketplace. They're giving this product away almost. It's scary. So in order to be able to differentiate it, we call it Comfort Cloud. You're going to have a cloud of comfort above you in your attic. That's going to provide you tons of benefits. And we're not going to get into that today, but it's just the naming of something that is so typical in our business changes the way clients feel about it, changes the price that you can charge for it.
Yes. All right. The next two, let's start with number 5. So employees.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a negative connotation, but it definitely gives the feeling of, you know what, I'm an hourly employee. I get paid and I go home. It's a very non-committal, almost like you're a number kind of word.
Yeah.
I've never loved it. We use team members instead. We're on a team. We work together. We're here to achieve a common purpose. We're a team members. I love team members. It's one of my favorite.
And if you've ever been out in the call center, and I'm thinking of two particular people, two people in particular, Shannon Bronco would often say, "We're going to be coming out to give you a custom tailored solution, and my team member Peter will be out there to take care of you." Well, if she said, "We've got an employee that's coming out there, his name is Peter," it just sounds so much better when she says, "My team member Peter will be there between 1 and 2 this afternoon."
Yeah.
It just gives me such a better feeling as a client rather than you saying employee.
I know, employee almost, then I'm starting to ask the question, well, who are you sending out here that's not an employee? Like, who are you contracting that you're sending out here?
Yes.
You know, like, why are you making that differentiation? It can create, again, that different emotion or a different train of thought in someone's mind when they use that word.
I'm listening. I'm standing behind Shannon listening to her say it, and it makes me feel better to hear it that way. So I can only imagine what it's doing for the client as well. And that's why I was like, okay, we're calling everybody team members versus employees. Yeah. Okay, you said customer. This one to me is pretty simple. Customer is very transactional. Clients are long-term. Clients stay with you for a long time. Customers, in my opinion, will leave if they see a special. Clients are much more prone to stick around. Just that term. Yeah. You want to add anything on that?
Customers, I think of buyers, right? It's a unit. It's a user. Whereas, again, client, it's more relationship-based.
Yeah. Now, Amanda, you talk about correction. Talk about having courage when you make this switch to luxury language. If, first off, the company and the leader of the company, the leaders in the company commit to it. Yeah. I think that's important. And then how do you implement something like this?
Yeah. So one of the things that I think is probably trickiest about something like luxury language is that you have to commit to it as a business, right? You have to commit to it as a team. And the thing that's tricky about it is that you're getting rid of language that you've probably used and heard for a lot of your life, and you're now being asked to use different words in placement of it. And when you fail to commit to using these words, it deteriorates the value that it has when you do use them, but it also deteriorates the value of other people that are committing to using them. So it's really important that you as a manager, that you as a team member, that you as, an individual contributor, whatever purpose you play in the business, that you commit to the language, but also that you hold others accountable for using the right language, because it only works if we use it together, if we commit to the idea that we work with clients, not customers, that we are team members, not employees, right?
And I think there's nothing wrong with, on the front end, asking each other, hey, if we hear each other say employee or customer, is it okay, team, that we correct each other? Absolutely. Get that buy-in, get that agreement on the front end. Or if you're one-on-one with somebody and maybe they didn't get that agreement, hey, if I hear you say a few words that may not be in line with our luxury language, do you mind if I point that out to you? Of course you can, they're going to probably say. Great, now you have permission. By the way, would you do the same thing for me? Because I know I need that help as well. Sometimes I trip up. So please, if you hear it from me, please correct me.
Yeah, and nobody's perfect, right? Like, we will make mistakes. I've been here 12 years and I'm still accidentally dropping tries in my language. And so I need the help too.
Yes.
It can be very easy, especially if the words that you're using at work don't necessarily align with the ones that you use at home. And so it can be easy to slip up. So make sure you have someone that'll hold you accountable. Make sure you're holding others accountable.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're moving on to number 7.
Yes.
Free estimate.
This is the one I'm going to fight you a little bit on this one, actually. You go ahead.
Really?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, to me, this is a no-brainer on this one. I had no idea you were fighting me on this one, but I actually kind of like it.
Yeah.
This is great. This is live TV. That's how beautiful this is. A custom-tailored solution. Our marketplace says free estimate. Everybody gives free estimates. Whereas if you change that a little bit, now I'm selling Amanda.
Sell me, baby.
If you tweak it a little bit, like we're going to give you a custom tailored solution. Like it's almost like it's a kit car.
Yes.
Like you buy a Trans Am, but if you buy a kit Trans Am that is a custom built Trans Am, it's of higher value. So a custom tailored solution to me is designed to create that wonderful feeling that what we're going to come out to your house and do is so different than the marketplace.
All right, here are my thoughts on this one.
I love it.
So the reason I get a little icky about this one is because when we're talking about the service to clients, they don't necessarily know what a custom tailored solution is. And so it can be easier from either a marketing perspective or just a pure communication perspective to call it an estimate because clients will understand that language because they're so used to it. What I find is that it's important that you start with that language and then transition it over to the luxury language.
I love it.
Because
you're right. They're calling in for a free estimate.
Yes.
You don't want to tell them, oh, no, it's not a free estimate, Mrs.
Right.
Jones. We give you a custom tailored solution. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's really important too when clients aren't using the same language, right, that we transition them over to understand, well, the service we're going to provide you, we're happy to give you an estimate for that work. We love to provide a custom tailored solution for you. And so you're transitioning them over to this is the product you're actually going to receive. It's the same thing you want, but it's called a custom tailored solution. I also get a little icky about the phrase custom tailored. I had told Andrew this earlier. Those words mean the same thing. Everybody out there, if you want to just say custom solution or tailored solution.
Are you saying we should take it off?
I'm cool with it. Custom tailored has the syllables ring a little bit better when they're together. I get it. I totally get it.
Hey, this is the woman that is, in my opinion, super impeccable with her words. So great feedback. Great feedback. Okay, number 8. I think this is a perfect example of value selling.
Yes.
You absolutely can say, Mrs. Jones, we are going to put bubble wrap around your furnace to quiet it down in the closet or to quiet it down in the garage or to quiet it down up in the attic.
Yeah. What every contractor's telling you, right?
Yeah, bubble wrap. There's no value in bubble wrap.
It sounds janky. Like it sounds really just like, oh, you're going to use bubble wrap on my...
Whereas if you name it, when you get happily involved in a new home comfort system from Service Champions, one of the things that comes with it is a premium silencer package. We're going to give you a premium silencer package. And what we're doing right now is I'm going to just show you a picture of it right now on YouTube because we've got a great picture of a premium silencer package, which is this. It almost looks like a aerodynamic spaceship that is just beautiful of a furnace that is got this silver bubble wrap all around it.
Yeah.
If you can show the client the picture that depicts this premium silencer package, that even makes it better.
Yeah. And I think the client too is then getting the feeling that it's going to look good. When you say bubble wrap, you're immediately picturing something that's going to look really gross in your garage, right? But when you call it the premium silencer package, when you show them that you've beautified what's going to happen around their water heater
Or furnace. Yep.
Or furnace, that's right.
Yep.
You're creating that positive emotion with the client. This is a perfect example of naming something that is a common practice, right? But making it better, making it premium, making it luxury.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even say it's common. This isn't very common.
The bubble wrap's not common?
No. Oh. No contractors do it that I'm aware of.
Okay.
But it also can just be looked at as simple bubble wrap. So if you name it, it can create more value. And remember, we are looking to charge a premium. We do charge a premium for our services. We want to offer luxury items. This is the language that goes along with it.
Yeah.
If you look at the next one, everybody could say they've got quick response from their call center, right? We've got quick response from our call center. We've got people on the phones that man the phones. Well, if you tell the client that with this investment, you receive what's called our priority service package, you move to the front of the line. It's kind of like the Disneyland Fast Pass, which everybody is familiar with, where you bypass all the crowds and you move right to the front of the line. But if instead you say, you got quick response from our call center, no, you've got, call it a Disneyland Fast Pass. Call it the priority service package. Whatever you want to call it, name it, and it just comes with such a better feeling and so much more value tied to it.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think Heather from Morris Jenkins was talking about how they use the comparison of Disneyland versus like the theme park that was just nearby. So I think being able to evoke that emotion by comparing to a high-end, brand, I think that always works very well in our favor.
Yeah. The next couple are pretty simple. Number 10, HVAC system, changing that to a home comfort system. You're certainly naming it something different than what the rest of the industry is talking about. Also, rather than saying something is cheap or inexpensive, you certainly can say it's our most cost-effective package that we offer.
Again, changing the feeling that you get when you say it. Totally.
It's our most cost-effective, and everything we offer is of good quality, even our first tiered models. So if you said changing it from lower tiered models, all of our lower tiered, no, our first tiered models. So words transform the feelings.
Good. You snuck one in there. First tier. That was a little sneaky of you, Kevin.
Yeah. So I did get some feedback from a couple of companies around this.
Tell me.
And I went and got some feedback from Abacus. I asked them because you said, I know there are companies out there that are already using some type of luxury language. I know Morris Jenkins. I got some feedback from them. I got some feedback from the folks at Booth before I put this out. And one of the ones that came from Abacus was cheap, expensive, and using cost-effective instead.
Great feedback.
Yeah. The next three, really, actually the next four come from, this goes way back to a great sales trainer by the name of Tom Hopkins.
Okay.
He used to always talk about never call it a contract. Always call it an agreement. Never tell the client they're going to sign something. Just sign right here, Mrs. Jones. No. You're going to autograph or authorize. Because, again, contract has negative connotation. Signing something has a negative. Sign, please, and press hard. Yeah. Keep the third copy.
Little Mermaid taught us that early, right?
Yes.
When you sign a contract, look what happens. You lose your voice. Autograph an agreement.
Exactly.
That's how far back it goes, guys.
And you'll hear many of our best salespeople, they will say, hey, time to make you famous. Or time to make you famous. I would love your autograph.
Yes.
The other one is pretty straightforward. Price, instead of saying price, call it total investment. Thank you, Tom Hopkins. Another biggie is rather than throwing around this commission word, even in front of the client, do you guys get a commission for this? How much is your commission? Well, Mrs. Jones, I definitely get a fee for service. We preach that. Call it a fee for service rather than a commission.
Mm-hmm.
The marketplace is calling it a commission. Clients may know it as a commission. Change it a little bit. It just has such a better feel.
Yeah. Tied in with the next one, which is salespeople. It's,
yes,
again, a very negative connotation that can be attached to both words, commission and salespeople. So by changing it, we're changing the emotion. Yeah.
Everybody's calling it a salesperson.
Yeah.
You can call it a comfort advisor, comfort consultant, system design specialist, whatever you call it at your organization, just stay away from the word salesperson.
Yeah. And comfort advisor, I feel too, is such a great name, or comfort consultant. It's such a great name for what we do, because ultimately we are looking to create a solution for you for your comfort, as opposed to the contractor speak of, well, I'm coming, your system's broken and I'm coming to replace it.
Certainly.
Right. And so it's such a good term. I think everybody does use it, but everyone should use it. So
yeah,
but
and
use that language with your clients, right? Like it's totally a game changer.
And it's certainly used on the HVAC side.
Mm-hmm.
On the plumbing side, on the electrical side, we're going to have to do luxury language part 2 and come out with what are some words we would use for our electrical salespeople. I just said it, and it's okay internally, but I just corrected myself. It's not okay, Kevin. Stop it. And plumbing, the folks that come out and get clients happily involved with plumbing.
Yeah.
Next one is how you end a call, how you end an interaction with somebody. Do you tell them, hey, have a nice day? That's what everybody's saying. Hey, instead, make it a great day. Yeah. Empower the person. You will be looked at as different if you said, make it a great day. What? Small little tweak, Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
Number 18, try.
Oof. It's a big one here.
Gosh, I hear this from contractors. I'm in the process of building a home. It's amazing how many times I'll hear from the contractor. We're going to try to get out there and do this Wednesday, and we're going to try to get that remounted, because we're in punch list zone mode right now. So we're going to try to get the that light hung in the master bathroom that was wrong. Try. Mm-hmm. No, I want to know when you're going to do. We will get it hung. We will do it. So I want conviction. I want a powerful word, and we're going to spend a lot more time on the importance of powerful words versus weak words in part 2 of this episode, and how dramatic using powerful words can be in your life. Mm-hmm. It can also really affect the way a client feels about you, and the way a client, and the comfort and the confidence that you give a client.
Yeah, we're going to talk about, this is a very loaded one for sure.
Yeah.
We talk about this one a lot here, so.
Yes. Removing the word try from your vocabulary is a biggie here.
All the time.
Yes. Okay. The other one is something I hear from waitresses and waiters. Hey, I appreciate you bringing me this glass of water. No problem. Or
Well, I definitely don't like
Yeah, no problem. Well, when you've served somebody and they're complimenting you, change it to my pleasure.
Yeah. This is a good example too of making a conscious decision to use the phrase my pleasure instead of any other mindless response that you can provide. Is definitely a mindless, like it's almost an automatic, right, noise that you're making. Someone says thank you, yeah, no problem. Hey, you're welcome. Hey, sure thing. Whatever it is that you default to, right? You're making a conscious decision to use the phrase my pleasure, because while the first phrase probably has no effect, my pleasure has a nice warming effect. So you're making a conscious decision to add that into someone's life. So I really like this one.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. I like them all, sorry, but I really like this one.
Well, I'm still a little bit hung up on the custom tailored solution.
Custom solutions.
Number 20, busy with another client. Pretty straightforward.
I'm too busy for you.
I'm too busy with, or may I speak with Jennifer? Well, she's busy with another client. Instead, you could say she's engaged with another client. Engaged with another client just takes it to a different level, a different feeling.
Yeah, there's a lot on that one too in terms of just having worked in call center scripting for so long. There's so many different responses you can have that'll make the client feel good, which is, oh, she's really excited to talk to you. She's going to call you in about 5 minutes. Does that work? Yeah. So now I haven't even said that she's too busy for you, right? Now I've said she's excited to talk to you and she's going to call you in 5 minutes or whatever it is. So there's a ton of different things that you can do to make the client feel good about that interaction without saying something like, she's too busy for you.
The next one, number 21.
Yes.
A warranty technician or a repair technician. We got this from a company called Restoration Hardware. They call it a medic, an HVAC medic, an electrical medic, someone that comes out to fix the problem that you have. Again, I put this one out there because I think this one's kind of risky.
This one's I don't know if risky. Yeah, risky might be the right word.
Yeah,
because the connotation can go one way or the other. I think with this one, I like the idea of giving it a warmer feel.
I debated putting this one on there I debated putting this one on there because I thought, like, okay, this is going to give somebody an excuse, like, this stupid luxury language. This is dumb. All of this is dumb. Okay, so if you don't like number 21, don't use it.
That's okay.
Don't use it, but don't say, like, I don't believe in this luxury language crap because that's just stupid. HVAC medic. Somebody might like it. There's another one I took off of here that I know a company uses called, instead of calling them installers, they call them delivery ambassadors. They deliver the products and services in their home. I took it off because I don't know too many wrench companies that are using delivery ambassadors.
Yeah.
At the same token, you can see the concept of how that has such a much more luxurious feel to it. When our delivery ambassadors arrive, at 8:00 this morning.
I think definitely applicable for anyone out there who maybe is doing appliances. I think that gives it a much warmer feeling than I'm going to roll it in and plug it in for you, right? It's
because yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. So again, 21 is stayed on there. Warranty technician, HVAC medic. Hey, give me some feedback on that one if you want.
If you come up with something better, let us know.
Yeah,
we love feedback. So.
These next three, well, let's just stick with 21.
Yes.
21, everybody calls it a thermostat, a T-stat, whatever. Well, some of these thermostats or performance control centers, thank you, there's a correction. I just corrected myself. They're up near $500, $750, $1,000 plus for these high-end performance control centers. And they really are that. They're doing so much more than what the thermostat did 30 years ago. 20 years ago, we're still calling them thermostats.
Yeah.
So get rid of the word thermostat and instead, Amanda, call it a performance control center.
Love it. I know. I hear thermostat. I think of the thing with the mercury that goes up. Anyone out there old enough to know what I'm talking about? Yeah, thermostat can mean a lot of different things. Performance control center. Very clear, very specific.
Yeah. A shout out to these last two, 23 and 24. I just put them on here because this is really about our service departments and the importance of having luxury language in our service departments. What I mean by that is some of these parts that we look to get clients happily involved in can be $10, $50, and we're charging because of the price to come out to their home, the price to diagnose, $400, $500, $800, whatever. The client can go online and see that they can get a contactor for $30. So the last thing we want to do is a client to price shop us online. So instead, call it something else. We know that there's so much more involved than just the $30, $40 contactor. It's the warranty behind that contactor that if it fails, we're going to, if they're an MVP client or a maintenance client, it's got a lifetime warranty on it, right? Or that we're going to run the system after we install it to make sure that that was the issue that took place. Where, again, if they just go online and search contactor, they go online and they search capacitor, you can just avoid a lot of confusion, frustration, having to explain yourself by calling them and naming them something. In this particular case, number 23, a contactor, instead of a contactor, call it a magnetic relay switch. And then 24, a capacitor, calling it a voltage stabilizer, or as another one of our friends at Booth shared with us, they call it a power pack. Whatever you're comfortable with. We've got all of our service parts named something rather than just what a client can go and search online. Mm-hmm. So it's really important. I put these last two out there kind of as a shout out that all the service parts that we offer to client need to have a different name, and you'll avoid so much challenge, so many challenges, so much confusion, etc.
Yeah. And that's where I think, because we're packaging it up as something else, right? That's where it becomes important that you're standing by what goes in with that package, the training that your technician has, making sure that they have the expertise to be in your home, the call center that you have available, 24 hours, right? The things that you're offering that other contractors don't. These are the differentiators that allow us to brand it as something different and charge a luxury rate.
Yes. Well said. Well said. Well, Amanda, that's all I've got as far as luxury language. And that kind of wraps up part one of Words Matter and why words matter in our business relationship. Anything you'd like to add and close with?
No, I'm excited for our part two as well. We'll talk more about words matter and how that applies to ourselves and to our personal life. So more to come, you guys.
Yes. And as two people that are always looking to make my future bigger than my past. Again, using luxury language is one of the ways that I feel we can always make our future bigger than your past. So, closing out, team, here's to a bigger future. Thanks very much.